Have you ever seen a coral reef? I mean, really seen one. Not just in a movie, but the real thing. It's like stepping into another world, an underwater city bustling with life. Thousands of fish, in every color you can imagine, darting through intricate structures. It's a kaleidoscope of vibrant purples, pinks, and oranges, all swaying gently with the ocean currents. These are the rainforests of the sea, bursting with energy and beauty. But what if I told you these vibrant cities are turning into ghost towns? Imagine that same scene, but now the color has drained away. The intricate structures are crumbling, bleached, bone white. The fish are gone. Silence hangs in the water where life once thrived. This isn't a scene from a dystopian movie. This is the stark reality unfolding in our oceans right now. Coral reefs are dying, and this silent catastrophe is one of the biggest environmental challenges of our time. It's a crisis that goes far beyond the ocean's edge, and it's happening faster than most of us realize. So, why should this matter to you, especially if you live miles away from the coast? Let's dive in. Coral reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, yet they support an astonishing 25% of all marine life. Think about that. A quarter of all the species in the ocean depend on these reefs for food, shelter, and breeding grounds. From the smallest clownfish to majestic sea turtles and even sharks, they all rely on this delicate ecosystem. When a reef dies, it's not just the coral that vanishes. It's a complete collapse of an entire food web. The fish that depend on the coral disappear, then the larger predators that feed on those fish starve or move on, and so on up the chain. It's a devastating domino effect that empties entire sections of our oceans. But the impact doesn't stop there. Over 500 million people worldwide depend on coral reefs for their survival. Let me say that again. 500 million people, for countless coastal communities, especially in developing nations. Reefs are the primary source of food. They provide protein that feeds families and supports local economies through fishing. Furthermore, tourism centered around these natural wonders like snorkeling and diving generates billions of dollars and provides jobs for millions. When the reefs die, so do these livelihoods. Communities are pushed into poverty, and a vital source of food security disappears. This isn't just an environmental issue. It's a humanitarian crisis in the making. And if that's not enough, here's something that affects everyone, no matter where you live. Coral reefs are our planet's natural bodyguards. They act as incredible, living breakwaters. Their complex structures are remarkably effective at absorbing the power of waves, storms, and tsunamis. They can reduce wave energy by up to 97%, protecting coastlines from erosion, flooding, and property damage. Without them, our shores are left vulnerable. The cost of building artificial seawalls to replace this natural defense is astronomical. So, by protecting reefs, we are literally protecting our homes and cities from the increasing intensity of coastal storms. So, what's causing this widespread destruction? The primary culprit is climate change, specifically the warming of our oceans. Corals are incredibly sensitive to temperature. They have a special symbiotic relationship with tiny algae called zooxanthellae that live inside their tissues. These algae are what give corals their brilliant colors and, more importantly, they provide the coral with most of its food through photosynthesis. But when the water gets too warm, even by just 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, the corals get stressed and expel these algae. This is what we call coral bleaching. The coral turns stark white, and while it's not dead yet, it's essentially starving. If the water temperature doesn't return to normal quickly, the coral will die, leaving behind a barren, lifeless skeleton. We're seeing mass bleaching events happening with alarming frequency all over the world. from the Great Barrier Reef to the Caribbean. Another major threat is ocean acidification. The same carbon dioxide that's warming our planet is also being absorbed by the ocean. This changes the water's chemistry, making it more acidic. This increased acidity makes it incredibly difficult for corals to build their skeletons, which are made of calcium carbonate. It's like trying to build a house with crumbling bricks. The coral's growth slows down, and their structures become weaker and more brittle, making them more susceptible to storm damage. It's a 1-2 punch. Warming waters cause bleaching, and acidification weakens their very foundations. But that's not all. The pressure on our reefs comes from local sources, too. Pollution from land, including agricultural runoff containing fertilizers and pesticides, flows into the ocean, fueling the growth of algae that can smother corals. Plastic waste and other debris can physically damage them and block out sunlight. Then there's overfishing. Destructive fishing practices, like using dynamite or cyanide, literally blow reefs apart. Even just removing too many herbivorous fish, the ones that eat algae, can throw the whole ecosystem out of balance, allowing seaweed to overgrow and choke out the corals. It's a relentless assault from multiple fronts. Now, it's easy to hear all this and feel overwhelmed, maybe even a little hopeless. But I want to be clear, this is not a lost cause. There is still hope, and there are incredible people, scientists, conservationists, and everyday citizens working tirelessly to turn the tide. Scientists are pioneering amazing techniques like coral gardening. They collect fragments of corals that have survived bleaching events. These are the supercorals and grow them in underwater nurseries. Once these fragments are large enough, they are transplanted back onto damaged reefs, helping to kickstart the recovery process. Researchers are also exploring genetic engineering to breed more heat-resistant corals that can better withstand warmer waters. It's cutting-edge science that offers a real lifeline. These efforts are making a tangible difference. In places like Fiji and Indonesia, community-managed marine protected areas have shown that when reefs are given a chance to rest and recover from local pressures like overfishing and pollution, they can show incredible resilience. These protected zones become vibrant sanctuaries, and the health of the reef spills over into surrounding areas, replenishing fish populations and supporting local economies once more. It proves that when we give nature a fighting chance, it can bounce back. This is where you come in. You don't have to be a marine biologist to be part of the solution. Your choices matter every single day. First, let's talk about our carbon footprint. The single biggest thing we can do for coral reefs is to combat climate change. Simple actions like reducing your energy consumption at home, opting for public transport, walking or cycling, and shifting to a more plant-rich diet all add up to reduce the carbon emissions that are warming our oceans. When you travel, be a reef-responsible tourist. If you're lucky enough to visit a reef, choose tour operators who are committed to sustainable practices. Never touch or stand on the coral. It's a living animal, and you can easily damage it. And please, wear reef-safe sunscreen. Many common sunscreens contain chemicals like oxybenzone that are highly toxic to corals. Look for mineral-based sunscreens with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide instead. It's a small change that makes a huge difference. Finally, use your voice. Talk to your friends and family about this. Share what you've learned. The more people who understand what's at stake, the more pressure there will be for meaningful action. Support organizations that are on the front lines of coral conservation, advocate for policies that reduce pollution, create marine protected areas, and tackle climate change at a global level. We are the last generation that has a chance to save these incredible ecosystems. The vibrant, colorful underwater world we began with doesn't have to become a silent, white graveyard. Its fate is in our hands. Thank you so much for watching and for caring about this vital issue. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content about our amazing planet and how we can protect it. Let us work together to ensure that future generations can also marvel at the wonder of a living coral reef.